Hey, it's great to visit with Max Donovan, the Spearfish Spartans middle school head wrestling coach. And Max, great to have you here on Black Hills TV. Let's talk about your program.
Yeah, so our middle school program, we've been last few years, we've had great numbers. For the most part, I think we've had close to 60 kids for our program, so it's been pretty huge, especially in our girls. This year we started off with 20 and numbers lacked a little bit, but we ended up out with 15 this year. So both boys and girl numbers have been huge for our program. And then also a lot of new kids coming out, so I'm glad a lot of kids are slowly trying our program. So.
You know, at that age level, that middle school age, this is where it all starts.
Yeah, no, a lot of kids come and they want to try it out, and I do appreciate them coming out. And a lot of them work really hard because they want to get better as they see other kids of their classmates that do work hard, and they see how much hard work does to make themselves better. So it's good seeing those numbers and everything come out too. It's like our AAU program has really built up our program for the most part. Especially I'm seeing a lot of those sixth graders, and even like I see some under fifth graders that are coming up that help the program out a lot as they bring a lot of knowledge and skills to our program. Seventh and eighth grade, we had a lot of newer kids this year, which helps because they get interest, and then eventually those kids find interest, and then they want to come up to the high school level, which is awesome to see in the room as we continue to build our numbers up. For high school, we're lacking on a little bit of numbers this year, but I hope that with our higher numbers in the middle school, hopefully we can continue to build our high school program up from there too.
Thanks for the visit, Coach.
Yeah, thank you.
We're with John Bokker, the Spartan boys head wrestling coach, and you guys have been busy.
Yeah, we've been wrestling quite a bit in January and then early February. We start off with Heidegger right after break in Sioux Falls, Lincoln. I think we talked before after that, but then we had Hot Springs and Lead at home. So those are some good duels for us. We won both those. Both guys doing great with those programs. Sneezebee's running a great program up there in Lead. Then we went to East-West duels, and that one's always a tough one for us. We run into almost every weight you're going to run into top 5 guys. And we had John Jeffrey went undefeated in East-West duels. Parker Graveman had won 2-point matches against a lot of top-ranked guys. Jacob Ellingson had to wrestle the number 1, 2, and 4 guys in the state. And I mean, it's always a tough one when we go there because with those teams that are there, Harrisburg and Brandon Valley and Pierre and Aberdeen Central, there's always really tough guys. I know that our best duel was against Brandon Valley. We did have a handful of wins, but other than that, we had some really tough matchups in there too. So then we came back home, went to Stevens. We had duels there, won a handful of matches there. JV guys really competed well there, I thought. Then we went to Belfouche, which is always a good one to have. We get to wrestle a varsity and a JV guy over there. Had a couple guys do really well. John Jeffrey ended up, I think he took 4th there. Alex Cudmore did excellent. Jacob Ellingson had a great match with the Sturgis guy that we got beat by with pretty badly in Hettinger, and we major decisioned him. So it was a good comeback there. After that, we had sickness hit us pretty bad. So we were out 3 or 4 varsity guys all week long. Some of them had 102 temperatures. I'm sure it's going around with everybody, but we went over to conference, and we were down to 9 guys in our lineup when we went to conference. Everybody that wrestled placed. Aiden Crott took 1st there at 165, so pretty good showing from him. Then after conference, we basically had a week off, which we haven't had for a long time. We usually wrestle Sturgis in that week, but they were at state duels, so we had a chance to kind of recover, and we did some hot yoga. We did a swimming practice. So a really good opportunity for us to kind of recharge mentally and physically last week. And then this morning we hit it hard again, and we're ready for regionals, which is here in Spearfish. So we're lucky to have that.
Let's talk again about those duels. Is the mentality pretty aggressive going into that?
Well, I always preach pin don't get pinned in those. So we got to come up with those pins. The difference between a win is 3 points and a pin is 6 points. So if you get those pins, we definitely have to have that aggressive mentality. And when those other guys, when we start off hot, we usually finish hot. So it's and the thing that they do is they draw for weight classes, and the bad thing about us is we're open in about 3 or 4 weight classes. So if we end up being down 24 points to start off, it kind of gives us, not such a good mentality. But if we start off with those guys we have that it will start winning, it really changes that whole mentality for us around a lot. So having those open spots and duels kind of bring us down, but we know we have to be aggressive to make those points up, because we need 4 pins basically every duel to make up for our open spots.
Coach, you mentioned regions this weekend.
Yep, regions is in Spearfish. I've been here for 8 years, and we haven't had it here. I think they had it the year before I got here. So it's really good to have regions at home. We're going to be just running 2 mats. It's usually a quick in and out thing. We do have some of the toughest competition in the region with Sturgis and Stevens and Central. So always a tough format, but we usually come out of here with a handful of state qualifiers. I'm hoping to get at least 8 of our 10 guys in there. I'm hoping we can get those guys in.
All right, thanks, Coach.
Yeah, appreciate you, always.